to in beautiful Lake Tahoe. I got 10 miles in yesterday. I went south of Tahoe City, and today I'm going to go north a little bit. I'm not too far from the Truckee River right now, so I'm going to try pedaling up the river and see if that's navigable and see what I can see. I spoke a little bit yesterday about how ungodly expensive anything in the Lake Tahoe area is. You'd be hard-pressed to play a round of golf anywhere within 30 minutes of here for under $200 on a weekend. Fortunately, I don't golf. But I looked up some of the boat launch charges in Tahoe City. For a one-time, one-day daily launch pass, you're going to pay $75 as a non-resident. That same pass you can get annually, but it's going to cost you $1,050 to launch your boat here for a summer. It's significantly less if you happen to be fortunate enough to be a property owner in Tahoe City, but I'm guessing that's not a real lot of people because the population of Tahoe City is not very big. There's two pieces of kayaking equipment that I have never used that a lot of paddlers consider their bare bones necessities. I've never used a spray skirt and I don't own a bilge pump. I own a spray skirt because one of my used boats came with one, but I've never used it. This rental came with a spray skirt, and Lake Tahoe gets pretty windy, so I'm probably going to give that a go. The waters of Lake Tahoe are not something I want to be immersed in. Today, I checked the temperature of Lake Tahoe, and it is 63 degrees. I honestly don't know how people swim in it or even water ski for that matter. I learned some fun facts about Lake Tahoe. I just read that the waters in Lake Tahoe are 99.994% pure. So as a reference, commercially available distilled water is 99.998% pure. Kind of sounds like you could drink it. I think I'll pass. I think I'll stick to my LaCroix I have with me, but good to know if you happen to be in a survival situation in Lake Tahoe. I also misspoke yesterday when I said Lake Tahoe was 1,400 or 1,500 feet deep. The deepest point of Lake Tahoe is actually 1,645 feet deep, making it the deepest lake in the United States and the 11th deepest lake in the world. The highest peak in the Tahoe Basin is Frio Peak with a height of 10,881 feet. Looks like there's a van getting ready to go on here in downtown Tahoe City. This is downtown Tahoe City, and there's a public beach right there. More kayak rental places. I'm right by the Truckee River. I'm gonna see if I can get a boat up in it. That would be a no. I forgot there's a dam here. It's nice and calm here though, so I think I'm gonna stop and have lunch right here. What a view coming out of the Truckee River. legend has it that there's hundreds of dead bodies at the bottom of Lake Tahoe, some of them being mafia hits from the Al Capone days, some of them being Chinese railroad workers. When the railroad was completed in the 1860s, the government didn't want to pay their wages, so they tied them all together through Lake Tahoe. Supposedly, a documentary filmmaker, and this may have been Dr. Stowe, was doing some searching for these railroad workers. Production on the documentary ceased unexpectedly, and he made a statement, something to the effect that the country isn't ready to see what he found in the bottom of Lake Tahoe. It's said that bodies stay perfectly preserved in the cold waters at the bottom of Lake Tahoe. So there's a shred of truth to that, but not a lot. It is true that a lot of people that go missing on Lake Tahoe are never found, and the reason for that is when our bodies no longer get oxygen, anaerobic bacteria do their job of putrefaction, and it creates gas, carbon dioxide, methane, and then your bloated body is going to float to the surface. Those anaerobic bacteria are still doing their job when they're in the cold waters of Lake Tahoe, but extremely slowly, not fast enough to fill you up with gas, float you to the surface. But there's still marine life that are going to take care of the rest of you. You know what they say, give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Give a fish a man, he'll eat for a week. There was the body of a diver that was recovered in 2011. He was a city planner in the city of Reno. His body was missing for 17 years, and they pulled him out 90 preserved. The reason for that is because he was wearing a wetsuit from head to toe and even gloves. I imagine his face was maybe eaten off by marine life, but marine life couldn't eat him through the neoprene. I'm 11 miles into a 15-mile paddle today. I turned around at 7.5 miles, and I'm just coming back into the north side of Tahoe City right now. Looks like I'm just in time to join some more festivities as I hear a band coming on. I was trying to ration my water while I was out there. I had one of my bottles of water, and I had lunch pretty early into the paddle, and I was going to wait till about 10-11 miles to crack open the other one, and I discovered, oops, I forgot to throw that second bottle of water in the bag. So I'm going to be pretty thirsty by the time I get back, but I've only got 3-ish, maybe 2.5 miles to go, so maybe I'll just take it easy right here and listen to the music and enjoy the calm air on Lake Tahoe. Day 2 here was a lot less windy than day 1, and getting the miles in a little bit quicker and having a great time out here. I'm almost back to the start, and it was so calm that I never felt the need to use that spray skirt. I think the reason a lot of people use a spray skirt even when it's not windy is I find that when I'm paddling with others, for some reason other people manage to get a really lot of water in their boat just from the water dripping off the paddle than I do. Maybe I have a little bit of a lower angle stroke, but I think a lot of it has to do with this paddle. This Cadence paddle, I don't know, it's like magic. This is the only paddle I've ever used that doesn't have collars on it to prevent the drips from getting into the boat. It's some sort of sorcery. I don't know how they designed it in such a way that the drips just don't end up in the boat. They didn't even make this paddle with a collar on it because you just don't need it.